Detroit was very kind to the Athletics. A clean 3-game sweep over the Tigers was exactly what this club was looking for to start this road trip. The A's have now won 8 of their last 11 and are on a roll. There are some new faces in Boston, and after a solid April, May was not good for the Red Sox. Their 10 wins in May was the fewest in the American League. The Sox are looking for some answers as they compete in the tough AL East. Tonight, the two teams open up a 3-game set at Fenway Park. It's Game 1, A's, Red Sox, next. It is a cool night at Fenway Park in Boston, where the A's are making the second stop of this road trip. Billy Burns, he has been terrific as of late, the real catalyst for the A's. And tonight, Scott Kazmir is back in the rotation. That is good news for the Athletics. A's are playing great. Red Sox are not. It's the A's and the Red Sox. First of 3 coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. The good news is Scott Kazmir is back. His last start was May 27th. So, Ray, he's had 8 days off. Right. Shoulder feels a little bit better, and we'll see how he does tonight.
You know, he was near perfect, if not perfect, in April. He was winning ball games, but in May, that just did not happen. On May 27th, 3 innings. You could tell something was wrong because he did not have his normal control. Velocity wasn't there. They took him out after 3 innings. As Kurt Young said, it's best just to shut him down. He had a little bit of inflammation, a little soreness in his shoulder. Shut him down. Let him get ready. He's ready to pitch tonight, and it's very tough to pitch as a left-hander at Fenway Park, so we'll see how it works out for him tonight.
Nobody's happy with baseball in Boston right now. Boy, the Red Sox are struggling. They spent all the money in the offseason, but, Ray, right now they're 7 games under 500.
And the A's are not feeling sorry for them. And look at all those numbers, not exactly what the Fenway Park people wanted to see, the Boston Red Sox nation, because they really loaded up there in the offseason. They were last year. They wanted to be first again this year. It's been an uphill battle for them. Those numbers are not exactly what they wanted, but like I said, the A's have had their problems. The A's would like to take advantage, as they did against the Tigers, do it against the Red Sox this weekend.
And no Ortiz, no Sandoval in the Red Sox lineup tonight. So a couple of lefties. Kazmir against Wade Miley. That is your pitching matchup for Game 1 of this 3-game series. Up next, we'll head back inside the A's pregame live studios and then back to Fenway Park for the ball game.
brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
A beautiful look at Fenway Park in Boston on a Friday night. Big crowd, as always, will be here for game 1 of this series. And the A's are looking for their 5th consecutive win. So the road trip started with a 3-game sweep in Detroit, and the A's will try to do more damage this weekend here in Boston. Game time weather for tonight. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. It's a cool night, as we expected when we checked the forecast. 55 degrees with the light breeze.
They said summer has not arrived in Boston yet. It's still waiting to arrive, and the wind's still blowing. It's still cool.
So summer just does not want to arrive anywhere.
No. Detroit was a little bit cool at nighttime, and A's warmed it up a little bit when they swept the Tigers, so trying to do the same thing here.
Let's look at the lineup tonight for the Athletics. It starts with the red-hot Billy Burns in center field, sitting on a 9-game hitting streak. And then Simeon, Zobrist, Butler, Laurie, Reddick, Fegley, Canna, and Sogard. So Stephen Vogt is going to sit tonight out.
Wade Miley pitching for the Red Sox, and what a game he had on the 13th of May at the Coliseum. He is 4-5 on the season. He defeated the Athletics a combined shutout 2-0. The A's had him on the ropes early, but they were 0 for 14 with runners in scoring position, Cap, and that was the demise of the Athletics that day. They had many opportunities, but Miley, after walking the first 2 batters of the game, settled down, got out of some jams, and A's will try to at least learn something from that start. Not overpowering with the fastball, 2-4 seam fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. He's a veteran. He works quickly, and that's always good for everybody.
Defensively for the Red Sox, a new member of the Red Sox, Alejandro Diaz, just picked up from the Baltimore Orioles, will start in left field. Mookie Betts in center. Rusty Castillo is in right. Our first look at the big Cuban signings by the Red Sox. Brock Holt at third, Xander Bogaerts at short, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Mike Napoli at first. And the young catcher Blake Swihart. Got a good look at him in Oakland. So Miley has finished his warm-up tosses. Red Sox wearing the red tops tonight. The A's in the all gray. The road grays, as we like to say.
I like that.
And it was funny. I walked in the clubhouse, I don't know, maybe 5 o'clock or so, and Steve Vucinich walked by Scott Kazmir and said, "Scott, what do you want to wear tonight?" Right. And Scott thought about it, and he went, "Let's go all grays."
That's right.
So you asked the starting pitcher.
That's usually what happens. They get the music and they get the uniform.
So Billy Burns steps in. Miley kicks. The first pitch of the game is foul back.
Hey, he swung at the first pitch.
So we're underway from Fenway Park. There's your umpires. It's Clint Fagan calling balls and strikes. Hunter Wendelstedt is at first. Bob Davidson at second, and David Rackley at first. And Wendelstedt is your crew chief. Bounced right side. Napoli's going to have to hustle. He dives to first, and he just beats Burns on a close play. So Napoli, once he fielded it, he realized that he really had to hustle to get over there, and he just beat Burns on a close play.
Boy, that's scary for an infielder. For a first baseman, you're going to feed it to the pitcher. If he feeds it to Miley, he's going to be safe. And that really turned out to be a pretty smart play by Napoli to dive for the bag himself, which he got there. But see where Miley is a little bit late because he's a left-hander falling towards third base. And so the foot race of the former catcher playing first base, and he beat it.
So here's Marcus Semien. Semien, 277 with 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. So Miley looking for his 5th win of the year. Swing and a miss. So 92 miles an hour, and Miley ahead 1-2 on the count. Hey, he made it.
Yes.
Pat Venditti is here. The switch pitcher, and that's a swing and a miss. And Semien strikes out. So 2 quick outs here in the first inning.
A lot of fastballs from the left end in this first breaking pitch, and a pretty good one. Swihart down and in, and the pitch really kind of took a lot of the middle part of the plate, but off-speed breaking ball, and Semien may have foul tipped it as he looked back in the catcher's mitt.
2 outs for Zobrist. Zobrist swings at the first pitch, fouls it just to our right. So you saw Pat Venditti is here. Dan Otero was sent to AAA. Dan Otero, boy, just could never get on track this year after such a great year last year. Bounce to third. Nice play by Holt. Gets up, flips it across. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Wade Miley. Bottom of the first coming up. Scott Kazmir set to take on the Boston Red Sox. It's a hug from his A's outfielders. So he's going to sit back and enjoy the game for a little while. Lineup for the Red Sox. Pedroia in the leadoff spot, and he's been good there. And then Holt, Ramirez, Napoli, Bogarts, Betts, Swihart, Diaza, Castillo. There's your Red Sox starting lineup.
And Scott Kazmir, welcome him back. May 27th, his last start. That was against Detroit at the Coliseum. He has pitched against the Red Sox this year. He went 6 innings, a couple of runs in 4 innings. The A's losing that game in extra innings. Game in which Sandoval hit the home run off Castro. So Kazmir, sometimes extra rest is not good. In the case of Kazmir, because of a little tenderness in his left shoulder, not going to the disabled list, just missed a start. He's ready to go.
First pitch to Dustin Pedroia is in there first strike. Pedroia hitting in the leadoff spot for a little while now. In fact, this is the 14th consecutive game he's hit in that spot, and he's really been a hot hitter, one of the few hot hitters for the Red Sox.
Well, the main thing, Cap, he's healthy, and talking to him, he's had thumb injury and a couple of different years, and he said it's difference of night and day. The biggest thing, he can lift weights, he can stay in shape, and he's a hard worker. And, you know, really, you know, saying ago you'd like to have 25 like him. Well, he's that type of player. He's a gritty player and plays hard, and a very successful young man, and he is healthy, and that's the key for him.
0-2 pitch is lined into center field for a base hit.
Can't make a mistake like that.
So Pedroia, a leadoff single. Defensively for the Athletics, it'll be Zobrist, Burns, and Reddick in the outfield. Laurie, Simeon, Sogard, Canna around the infield, with Fegley doing the catching.
We had a shot of Stephen Vogt in the dugout, of course, thinking what happened to him yesterday. Fegley, a good game yesterday, but Stephen Vogt basically just cramped up. And with the left-hander Miley pitching tonight, decided to give him the night off and have the weekend at 4 o'clock local time tomorrow, 1 o'clock or 1:30 on Sunday. But Stephen Vogt has been outstanding. He is probably available to come off the bench. He said, I know my body, I know it cramped up, and it was scary when he limped off the field yesterday after what we thought maybe banging into the tarp, the side window.
Well, it didn't help, too, that at that point things were starting to get a little weird.
Yeah, right.
With the Tigers coming back.
Kind of decelerated there, and he said the whole right side from the hip down to the foot just cramped up, and that's why he was limping. More on his right leg. It was the left foot that had bothered him with the surgery in the offseason.
Fegley on the block. So 1-2 the count to Brock Holt.
Now, Phegley, as we have seen many times, blocking the ball very nicely, moving very well to his left, blocking the ball, keeping it in front. Plus, we know, and the Red Sox know, he has a very strong arm.
Pedroia, decent lead, and the 1-2 to Holt, and he checks his swing. They will check down to Rackley, the umpire David Rackley.
He did not go, and not even close really on the breaking ball.
So Holt playing third base tonight. Sandoval getting the night off. Outfield shifted a little bit toward left center. And now full count. See if Pedroia takes off early.
I think for Scott Kazmir, getting through the first inning would be big for him, because having missed the time, it's he's not the rare back throw 98 anymore. John Farrell, the Red Sox manager, champion a couple of years ago, third season.
We'll keep an eye on Pedroia. Last year, Red Sox 71-91 after winning it all in 2013.
Yeah.
So they've been up and down.
Boy, have they. We were talking in Oakland when they were down from last to first to last. They want to go back to first again after last year.
That one sliced down the left field line, and that's trouble, and it's fair. It's picked up by Zobrist, but then it scoots past him, and they're going to wave Pedroia home. Simeon's throw to the plate is late, and Pedroia scores, and two batters into the bottom of the first, the Red Sox have a run, and Zobrist misplayed it, and if he picks it up clean, Pedroia does not score. In fact, I don't think they even send it.
I think you're right. Brian Butterfield, third base coach, always aggressive, as we saw in Oakland, but you're right, the spin, and Zobrist got to the ball, but playing the carom just bobbled it right as it comes off the wall, overran it, maybe looked up, peeked up a little bit, and at that point, he just kept running. I mean, when Pedroia scored from first on a base hit in Oakland on a ball that David Ortiz hit, you know that Brian Butterfield, third base coach, he's there by the rail.
Where is he? Oh, we got a new furthest away from the box third base coach.
We saw Dave Clark 5 in Detroit, and he was way off, but this is the extreme.
It actually looks kind of funny because he's about 5 feet from the stands.
He's got some friends there that he wants to talk to, I think. Now, did they give him a clean double, or have we found out yet? Is it straight double RBI? It shouldn't have been.
I don't think we've heard anything official.
It's Brian Butterfield. John Farrell at Toronto came over here with him. He's his bench coach, now third base coach.
So 0-1 to Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez swings at a good changeup, and now it's 0-2. Ramirez is DHing tonight.
They have an error on the board, so they did give him an error, so it should not be probably a double with.
So if there's an error, then there should not be an RBI.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. There it is, double, E7, no RBI, and I think that's the correct call.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So an early error by the Athletics, and that is number 55.
Well, the one thing, and Ty Waller, the A's first base coach, outfield coach, works with the outfielders, especially this green monster with the out-of-town scoreboard. It's not a true bounce coming off the wall, so they're working on it during batting practice, and you had Billy Burns out in center field working off the wall, because that's kind of an angle, and the triangle in right center. The nooks and crannies, as they say.
0-2 pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner, a fastball at 93 miles an hour.
That's where you can give Clint Fagan credit for that one, because setting up inside was the catch of Phegley, and had to reach back a little bit, but that pitch was almost down the middle of the plate. Fagan moved inside with Phegley, but just fooled it.
That's right there. I mean, that's a good pitch.
Absolutely. And you're upset if he doesn't call it. So that's a big out, keeping Brock Holt at second base. This is a dangerous lineup, and it's amazing that they could have their struggles.
Here's Napoli. First pitch to Napoli, fouled straight back. Red Sox are 13th in the league in runs scored, which is hard to believe. They're 8th in home runs. They're 10th in stolen bases. And remember, used to look at the team stats, and every year the Red Sox would be first or second in doubles. Now, for whatever that means, but that's always. This year, Ray, the fewest doubles in the American League.
Hard to believe.
They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. 224 is the average there. So it is hard to figure out, but they are really struggling offensively. Red Sox with a 24-31 record. They've lost 8 out of their last 11. So Chile scratching his head a little bit, trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Oh, 0-2 pitch, a changeup, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Pitch was in the dirt. So 206 total runs scored. With the runners in scoring position number very low. In fact, their slugging percentage, which is if you get a high slugging percentage, that means you're hitting home runs and you're getting doubles. They're second to last.
You know, the one thing Pedroia said, we have a lot of new players. And I said, really? What about the A's? The only difference there, you paid your players a lot of money, or the Red Sox did. Between Sandoval, Ramirez, and already had some high-priced players.
Bogaerts hits a high fly ball toward Reddick, who moves toward the line. He grabs it side retired. So a run for the Red Sox. They lead 1-0 after 1. So the Red Sox get a run in the bottom of the first. They lead 1-0, and as you pointed out, Ray, it turns out to be an unearned run.
Well, the strikeouts kind of dictate that, but it's too bad because we'd hope the air, somebody get a hit or something would happen and cause it not to be, but as it turns out, it is.
So Billy Butler leads it off. Butler, Laurie, and Reddick. 264 for Butler, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs. Had a good ball game yesterday in Detroit when he had a couple of run scoring hits.
Had a great interview by my partner Glenn Kuiper on the A's Comcast Sportsnet California simulcast.
At least I was able to turn the microphone on properly and execute the interview. Bogart knocks it down, flips it across, and they get Butler. Nice play by Bogaerts as he kind of picked that short hop and it popped up in the air. He knew he had time and he throws out Butler.
And that's the key, knowing the hitter, knowing the speed or lack of. And Bogaerts, a short hop, hit hard, top spin, didn't panic, and still got Butler by 20. Now Billy Butler might like this park, some of the balls he hit at Comerica Park that were caught. A little bit different story here with the green monster in left field.
So one away for Laurie. Laurie had a very good series in Detroit. He was 6 for 11 with 3 doubles and a couple of RBIs. So he's been a hot hitter.
And the pitches he kept hitting were off speed, sliders, changeups. Let's see how the Red Sox approach him.
Laurie's average up to 281.
Fred Laurie stepping out, something under the new rules not supposed to, but it's really a way to try to slow down Miley because he is rapid fire.
Broken bat grounder toward Pedroia. And Laurie's retired. And the bat went into the stands. So here's our Ford right choice for tonight. It was the sweep in Detroit. First sweep of the Tigers in Detroit since 2002. They outscored the Tigers 18-9, and it was all about the starters again. It's been that way for a couple of weeks now. And the A's have won 9 out of their last 12.
Some of the writers referenced the 2002 season. Last time the A's actually swept the Tigers, and that was at Comerica Park, and that's in the middle of the streak in August. And to be honest, that's the time when the streak probably could have ended. And the A's were down big, and John Mabry came up with a big bases clearing double to right center, and Joe Blanton started the game. And as it turned out, the A's, when they won that one, figured they may never lose. And as it turned out, they went 20 in a row, even having an 11-0 lead. Game number 20, Tim Hudson on the mound, turned out to be 11-11.
2-1 to Reddick. Reddick hitting .300 with 8 home runs and 32 RBIs. It's that one foul into the upper deck, which here at Fenway, it's a much lower upper deck than any other ballpark. It's not a big deal to hit within the upper deck here. In fact, a lot of foul balls go over
That's right.
the upper deck and out onto the street. Pedroia ranging quickly to his left, and that's 6 up and 6 down for Wade Miley so far tonight. Bottom of the second coming up, 1-0 Red Sox. Here, 25 games out of first place, so they brought in some new guys and a decent April, 12-10, but the month of May, not good. Like the month of May, they were 10-19, and if you look at the ERA and the runners in scoring position, it's something's got to change here with the Red Sox. There's a delay, and unfortunately, when that bat went into the stands, it hit a lady in about the second row, and they're actually taking her out on a stretcher, and we're just going to wish her the best.
Absolutely.
Because she got hit with it, and so they're going to, there's going to be a delay as they're walking a stretcher down to the second row.
Now the bat, whenever Brett Lawrie got jammed, the bat broke, kind of catapulted behind him over into the third base area.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is one of the bad ones. So we hope that this lady is okay.
Well, when Brett Lawrie swung, the ball was hit to second base, but watch the bat as he has the handle in his hand. He's looking back. He knows that the bat's going to the stands, and these players are very concerned about that, and we hope the best for that person. That's too bad.
And it looks like they're going to, wherever they take her on the stretcher, it's going to be maybe across the field and maybe out, maybe even toward right field. I'm not sure.
They usually have, probably down to the right side, usually have some sort of transportation ambulance or something.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like they're going to go just past the Red Sox dugout. There's a lot of concern, and it's legitimate concern. Now, we can't tell you she is conscious, which is good news. So they are now going to wheel her down just past the Red Sox dugout, where there's a walkway there. Well, all we can say is let's just hope and pray she's okay.
You know, there are paramedics at every park, at every game, and every time you see them, just hope that they never have to work, that they can just be there in the event something does happen. And unfortunately, tonight is one of those nights. So we do hope and pray that she is okay.
So Kazmir threw a couple extra warm-up tosses, so he's ready to go as he'll face Mookie Betts, Blake Swihart, and Alejandro Diaz. So here's the young center fielder Betts. First pitch in for a strike.
And Scott Kazmir, after first two batters reached, single, double, strikeout, fly ball to right field. So he settled down quickly and hopes to continue. And that's one of his better pitches right there, the changeup. Talking to Jerry Remy, who remembers him as a hard-throwing lefty, as we all do, but a much different pitcher now. And I guess the key word is pitcher, because he has changed and done a very good job. Back-to-back changeups.
It looks like he's got a good feel for that changeup tonight. Well, he said, I've read this many times, that the changeup, Ray, is a feel pitch.
Yeah.
So in spring training, it's usually the pitch that takes the longest to just kind of get it working.
And especially too, if you've had extra time between starts, that makes a big difference.
Sure.
If you can rear back and throw 95, 98 like he used to, probably coming back a little bit different. But the changeup, something that it's hard to get the feel, but it's good to see tonight. A pitch that really, fastball to Pedroia, fastball to Holt, falling behind both of them. Actually head to Pedroia.
Hit well towards center, but Burns gets back to his left. He's got it. So Betts is retired.
Kind of interesting. A lot of young players the A's have on their team. Burns included in center field, Muncy and Canna. Talking to some different guys who actually played in the Cape, and they play an all-star game here. They used to play it. They maybe not anymore, but a lot of these guys have actually spent time. Billy Burns, kind of the funny thing, he said, they wouldn't let me on the infield. Couldn't get on the dirt part, but he worked out. But they do so many tours here. They do so many things. And now, even when the Red Sox leave, they probably still have the corporate outings in the outfield where they section off the infield and let corporations come out and take batting practice, try to hit it over the monster, but stay on the outfield grass. I mean, it is I think it's a money-making machine here.
I think you're right. Simeon grabs the line drive from Blake Swihart. Well, it is a destination.
Yeah.
And people come here obviously because they want to come to Fenway and watch a ball game. But you're right. Every time we're here, and it's not that much, but there is always a tour or two going on, and that goes on year-round.
Absolutely. Yeah, the only time they don't do a tour, and they do have the posts here, obstructive views, if you will, and that's one of them. So whoever's sitting behind there, and they open the green monster seats, and talking to a gentleman, I said, those are kind of prime seats. He said when they first opened it, they were rather inexpensive. Now they're very expensive.
They're the same as every other seat. So Kazmir has a 3-up, 3-down inning. We're going to the third. 1-0 Boston. California is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California. That's a great look at Fenway Park. Not a whole lot of parking areas around Fenway Park, but people do manage to find places to park. But if you're thinking there's a giant parking lot to tailgate in, that is not happening.
No, that's not going to happen. And some lucky A's fan got a monster seat.
I could see him out there with his with his gold shirt on. He's in dead left center field. There's some more A's fans. Good trip. Come to Boston. 0-2 pitch, very close to Fegley. 1-2. You got to be ready with Wade Miley. He's a rock and fire guy. He does not mess around.
He learned from Mark Burley.
Yeah. You know what? He's got some Mark Burley in it too.
Yeah, a good changeup right there was a perfect example of that.
So second strikeout.
Change up, pull the string outside out of the strike zone, but Swihart moving off the plate. Red Sox have a fine young catcher in Swihart. We saw him in Oakland, and there they are. Fastball at 59%. Change up probably a little bit more than 14. At least he can use it, especially with the right-handers.
Miley's 28 years old. He came over in that trade from the Diamondbacks. Canha hits it hard, but right at Pedroia. 2 away. Red Sox got Miley and Porcello and Masterson, 3 new starting pitchers. Miley's done not too bad. Porcello's been okay. Masterson is not been okay. In fact, the A's knocked around Masterson, and then he went on the disabled list.
Yeah, A's got him whenever he pitched for Cleveland, and it got him even worse when he pitched for the Red Sox. The one start, the only game the A's won at the Coliseum against Boston.
So 2 away for Sogard. But the Red Sox, if you include the unearned runs they've allowed the most runs in the American League. And that's, again, another number that's hard to believe for this Red Sox team. But Miley's been good so far. He's got 9 up, 9 down, and we're going to the bottom of the 3rd. Good again as he beat the Tigers. 7 innings, 5 hits, just 1 run. He struck out 5 and he threw 104 pitches. Jesse Hunt, another good performance by the youngster, and he's got a nice calmness about him on the mound, doesn't he, Ray?
He does, and he is now fitting in the rotation. He's getting settled in. There's Jesse, and from Connecticut, he's talking about his family. They have.
And that one is belted to left, and it's off the top of the wall. Zobrist grabs it, fires it back in, and Castilla has a long single. What a play by Zobrist.
Well, that's how you play it, and that is a home run a lot of places, but not at Fenway Park because of the monster, and all that is another dent in the famous Green Monster. And Zobrist played it as if he'd been out there 100 years, and the ball was crushed. Look at the elevation, and it was on the line drive, but here it's just a loud single.
So that's a perfect example of the Green Monster hurting a hitter.
Right, exactly.
That is a home run.
Kept it on 75 when the A's lost 3 straight to the Red Sox in the league championship. And first 2 games were here. Sal Bando, probably half a dozen, exactly like that. Could have had home runs in Oakland, singles here. Makes a huge difference.
Could have won the MVP.
Exactly.
There's Pedroia, who led off the bottom of the 1st with a single and then scored. So Rusney Castillo, our first look at the big free agent signing from Cuba, with a line drive off the left field wall. Castilla has a good lead at first. Pedroia, a shot to left, a base hit. Castilla around second. He'll stop there as Zobrist cuts it off. A little cat and mouse game going on between Castilla and Zobrist. So a couple of line drive singles for the Red Sox to open up the bottom of the third.
Well, Pedroia, you can tell how much healthier he is. That's a breaking ball of the cutter coming in that just passed the dive, and Zobrist quickly getting to it, backhanding. And just not much of an opportunity. The ball was hit too hard for Brett Lawrie to be able to knock it down.
21 for 42 in his career against Kazmir.
I'd say he owns him.
Man. Yeah, that's not 2 for 5. That's 42 at bats. So here's Brock Holt. Lawrie comes creeping in. Holt's a bunt, and he bunts it off the plate, and then it rolls foul. So it had a little English on it. So if Fegley picks it up well, it's on home plate, it's a fair ball.
Home plate is in fair territory. The bases, home plate, they're all in fair territory. Probably the most pronounced lines here at Fenway between the batter's box and the lines going down first and third. I think he's telling the world he's going to bunt again. No. Try to deke him as he showed bunt even before, and Kazmir got a sign.
And he took a fastball right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Actually, perfect pitch to bunt, perfect pitch to hit.
So Lawrie backs off a little bit.
And there's that huge hole where he hit the ball his first time on the left side.
And Holt grounds it towards Simeon. Simeon out at second. Throw to first. Not quite in time. Holt just beat it. So Simeon gets the out at second, but that's it.
Well, Simeon had the backhand. He had to go sharply to his right, backhand the ball. That slowed it down, and fortunately, at that point, he could get the one. Sogard, very quick turn, but Brock Holt from almost tripped on the bag, but he's running down the line and looking. And as he got to the bag, looked like he stumbled a little bit as he crossed it. Hit the bag awkwardly. Then his right foot planted, maybe hyperextend a little bit. Or maybe just showing off. Who knows? Have that kind of speed, I guess you can show off.
So here's Hanley Ramirez, chance to knock in a run. First pitch is a fastball outside. Ramirez struck out looking in the first inning. Mike Napoli is the on-deck hitter. Base is empty. The league hitting .258 against Kazmir with runners on 167. He was like that last year too. Runners in scoring position. He got very stingy. Holt with a decent lead at first. And Ramirez hits one toward right. Reddick hustling in, and Reddick reaches down. He makes the catch. Here comes Castilla. The throw to the plate is up the line. It rolls past everybody, including Kazmir, who was backing up, but it rolls past him. So it's going to be a sacrifice fly as Castilla comes in to score, and the Red Sox lead 2-0, and there may be another error on the play.
Yeah, there's somebody's going to be, because Holt was not going to second. Strong throw, but it was up the line. The short hop, and Fegley that it scooped past him, and it's probably going to be, unfortunately, on the throw. We see it often where this ball could have been stopped, and then Kazmir too close to Fegley backing up, and that allowed him to get past him.
So it is going to be an error on Reddick in right field. So 2 errors again tonight for the A's. And now Napoli hits. Napoli, little flare to shallow right. Reddick's coming in. He'll get there. Reaches up, makes the catch. Side retired. Run for the Red Sox. So we're on to the fourth. It's Boston 2 and the A's nothing. success of the A's starting pitchers. Quote, "We have some good young arms in our starting rotation. It starts with Sonny Gray, and everyone kind of feeds off him." Well, that's true. Sonny Gray, a bona fide ace. Burns swings at the first pitch down the right field line. That foul pole comes quickly down that right field line.
Pesky pole. And even fly balls to right field. A couple that were hit thought maybe would go on the seats. The one that Ramirez hit for a sac fly, but stayed in play. Now Jesse Hahn, look at the numbers of Sonny Gray. Leads the majors actually in that department of ERA of 165. But Jesse Hahn is from Connecticut. Started to say his family talked about having the packages from back here for both the Yankees, Mets, and the Red Sox, in addition to our coverage. But family's going to be coming in for this weekend. He was hoping to pitch, but he pitched yesterday. So I guess while they were hoping to watch him pitch, they can enjoy the company of their son. And saw a bunch of people down on the front of the dugout on the warning track with Hahn jerseys on. So probably friends decided to come down anyway.
So 0-2 to Burns, who grounded out to Napoli to open up the game.
A's need a base runner.
Yes, they do. And they have one. A line shot towards center, and Betts plays it on a hop. So Burns has the first hit for the A's, and it's a leadoff single.
They saw 4 pitches and swung at all of them. And amazing as we continue to look out from our great vantage point and see how shallow the outfielders are playing. Look at that one little gap right there, right in front of Betts, and he was not going to try to make a spectacular play. So the 1 goes to the hit column. Unfortunately, the 2 is still on the right side.
So Burns now with a 10-game hitting streak, and he was leaning, and Miley's got a very good move. Miley has one of those moves where he sort of hesitates. He lifts, and then he sits there just for a second.
And when he raised the front foot and the leg, it did not pass back towards second. And even when he threw to the plate, he did not do that. So it's a good way of freezing the base runner.
Simeon struck out swinging. Couple of strikeouts for Miley so far. Had 2 strikeouts and 7 ground ball outs. Pedroia scoops to Bogaerts, and that is a double play. 4-6-3, and just like that, 2 outs.
Well, nice feed, high throw from Bogaerts, but handled nicely by Napoli at first. And speeds off the base. Bogaerts didn't have to make that high of a throw either, because Burns was down to second quickly, but not that quickly.
Zobrist didn't like the low strike call. Zobrist robbed of hit by a nice play by Brock Holt to end the first inning. And it's a quick 0-2. And Miley, who's got the sinker working tonight, you can tell by all the ground ball outs, but he's also got a low strike zone to work with, and that helps. More action for Holt. Side retired. So a leadoff single by Burns, but he's erased on the double play. So Miley's been sharp so far. 2-0 Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
At athletics.com, voting is exclusively online and available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Vote up to 35 times at athletics.com. And there's the man to vote for, or one of the men on the A's to vote for. Vote for Darren Bush, Mike Aldretti, Stephen Vogt, and your starting lineup, or all of you guys. Stephen, the night off tonight, at least to start. As he said, I'm always ready just in case. Tonight might be one of those just in case nights.
Yep. So the Red Sox leading 2-0, bottom of the fourth. It'll be Bogaerts, Betts, and Swihart. Bogaerts hit a fly ball to right field that ended the first inning. Red Sox coming off a 4-game series where they split with the Minnesota Twins. They won the first two and lost the next two, and there was a doubleheader in there. And that one's hit well to left. Zobrist going back, and he's going to play that one off the wall. So Bogaerts will have a leadoff single, or a leadoff double, excuse me. Because Zobrist went back, and once he realized he wasn't going to catch it, well, then you got to back off the wall a little bit. Well,
and unfortunately, that's the out-of-town scoreboard, the original out-of-town, and that is not smooth out there. And it hit above Ben Zobrist. Watch as it caroms, hits, and then you hear it, and then kick back away from Ben Zobrist. He played the wall perfectly with the one by Castillo, but it was up higher and hit the wall. This one hit the out-of-town scoreboard, and when you hear it bang like that, it's not going to come back on a true hop.
Betts bunts, and it's a good one. Laurie's going to have to hurry. The throw to first, and it's wide, and it's going to allow a run to score. Betts hustles back to first, but coming all the way around to score is Bogaerts. So it's 3-0, and that's going to be another error on the Athletics.
And it's probably going to be a hit and an error. The error allowing the run to score. The hit probably Betts a perfect bunt. And it was a perfect bunt. Speed of Betts. Laurie tried to make the play. Canna with the ball into the runner backed off. Sogard was backing up, but it got past him. And as a result, that's why Bogaerts was able to score. And I mean, not much either one could do.
So 3-0. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Swihart. That was close to being a nasty collision between Betts and Canna. Canna was able to just get out of the way. So 3 errors tonight, 57 now on the year. Swihart checks his swing. Betts is a base stealer. He's got 8 this year, 8 out of 10. So as expected, it goes as a hit, and Bogaerts goes from third to home on the air. So E5.
Mike Swihart hit his first home run. It was against the Twins. We saw him in Oakland, a very good catcher and getting a chance to play a lot.
Laurie scoops it up, out at second, throw to first, double play. The Swihart, who runs pretty well, but hits into the double play there, so 2 outs.
Well, a tailor-made, as they say, the 5-4-3 hit sharply. Nice feed, nice throw to first, and then quickly 2 outs. And Scott Kazmir getting the ground ball outs, but not as many as Wade Miley. In fact, he does not have an out recorded in the air. Scott Kazmir, the good change up. You got hitters hitting on top of the ball, hitting in the ground. If you know, players, pitchers, hitters talk about how the game quickens, speeds up. This game is one of those as a total game.
Yeah.
Just the way the whole game has been played.
And Miley, working quickly.
Yeah. And it's just like rapid fire on all points.
Diaz did not swing, so the count 1-1. Diaz just picked up from the Baltimore Orioles. In fact, I believe he was designated for assignment, and then he got traded over here for a minor league player.
Actually, according to the reports, he went back home to the Dominican Republic waiting to see what was going to happen. And as it turned out, it was a trade. Said he wanted to go home and stay in shape and work out.
Well, he had a couple good years with the White Sox and then went over to the Orioles. Played well last year, but really was not doing a lot this year. So,
well, breaking ball, he stayed on, and actually that breaking ball helped him because it didn't break sharply away from him. And in fact, he had a good month of September last year for the Orioles to help them win strongly down the stretch.
So here's Rusney Castillo, who singled off the wall. Castillo, one of the high-priced Cuban players. 7 years, $72 million was the contract that Castillo signed with the Boston Red Sox. Signed it late in the year last year. So the Red Sox sitting on a over $70 million investment for this young man. He's 27 years old. Very strong. In fact, I remember reading about him before he signed with the Red Sox, and they said that his body type reminded people of Ron Gant, and I can see that a little bit. Ron Gant was strong, not real tall. He's playing right field, but he also played some second base. I don't think that's going to happen here with Pedroia.
No. Good idea to move to the outfield.
Yeah. Diaz has good speed. Castillo holds up on the pitch outside. The Red Sox also signed a youngster by the name of Johan Mankato, who's a much younger player. Just, I believe he's only 20 years old. He got a whole bunch of money as well. Over $60 million invested by the Red Sox in him, and he's in the minor leagues. So 3-2, 2 outs. So Diaz will take off from first. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and boy, Casimir really pulled the string. So another run for the Red Sox, another error for the Athletics. So 3-0 Boston as we go to the fifth.
Fans will pick up the ball courtesy of Xfinity on Sunday, July the 28th, when the A's play host to the former team of Billy Butler, Kansas City Royals. Get your tickets today by calling 877-487-5600. 493-BALL or logging on to athletics.com/tickets.
Ed Butler leading it off. Butler hits it hard behind third, backhanded by Holt, straightens up, throws across, and that's out number 1.
And that's 11 ground ball outs.
That's it, right? And 2 strikeouts.
That's it. 9 ground ball outs he had against the A's, the Coliseum, with 10 fly ball outs. But tonight, strikeout of Semien, strikeout of Fegley, and the rest on the ground. So the outfielders just come on in and sit in the dugout.
Yeah.
You don't need to be out there. Actually, the lone ball to go to the outfield was a base hit by Billy Butler, and that was Billy Burns to center field.
1 away. Here's Laurie, who takes a pitch just off the plate. Astros are opening up a series in Toronto tonight. Hernandez for the Astros, Sanchez, the youngster, for the Jays. And the Blue Jays have an early 5-0 lead. It's 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Couple of home runs for the Blue Jays. So the Astros, after taking 3 out of 4 from the Orioles, trailing early in the first of 3 from Rogers Center. 2-1 to Brett Laurie, grounded out to second back in the 2nd inning. So in spring training, Ray, if I would have came up to you and said, hey, Ray, on June 5th, the teams with the 2 best records in the American League are going to be number 1, the Houston Astros, and number 2, the Minnesota Twins. Would you have said, Glenn, you're crazy?
Glenn, you're crazy.
But it's true. Can you believe that? Laurie has a base hit. Astros and the Twins, 2 best records in the American League.
But the key part of that sentence is it's June 5th.
June 5th.
Yeah. I mean, if it's September 5th, there's Brett Laurie with a base hit to left center and off-speed pitch and sped up his bat just enough to hammer the ball in the center field. So he and Mike Napoli get to chat a little bit at first base.
Quick throw over there, and Laurie's back.
Can you imagine every time the A's visited? Now he's talking to Hunter Wendelstedt, the first base umpire, getting to know him since he'll be behind the plate tomorrow. But, you know, every team that the A's play, the first baseman says, man, the A's are coming. I hope Brett Laurie gets some hits, because I just want to have him come down to first base and
hang out.
Yeah, listen to him.
Reddick grounded out to second in the 2nd. And hit by Laurie, the 2nd for the A's. Good swing there by Reddick. Angels and the Yankees opening up a 3-game series in New York tonight. Weaver for the Angels, Eovaldi for the Yankees, and the Yankees have a 4-0 lead in that game. There's the speed range for Miley. Reddick reaches for it, pokes it down the left field line into the corner, and it is foul.
Just barely.
It has to be just barely. There's no room down there.
Well, the famous garage door here, or roll-up door. It's not big enough to be a garage door. Garage door is in center field. That's just a door that rolls up.
A roll-up door.
Just enough to mess up the outfielders when the ball hits inside the little roll-up door.
Pop up. And it'll reach the seat. So what's interesting, so you have a roll-up door. You have like a big garage door out in center field. You have like a vent out in center field. You have the ladder in left field. So there's a lot going on in that outfield. Yeah. Some days you have seats in center field. Other days you don't have seats in center field because they're covered up by tarp. That section right there, a day game, is covered up.
And tomorrow's going to be considered a day game for 4:10 start or 4 whatever, and it will be covered as well as on Sunday. It will be covered.
Reddick went out of the strike zone, so he strikes out.
Well, fooled on the off-speed pitch, trying to hold up, could not. Knew he had gone too far, and The slider, the hard slider. This is one of the reasons you throw the slider hard, lefty on lefty, righty on righty, because you throw it slowly, they can adjust. Hard, see the result.
Fegley chases a pitch that was in the dirt. So it's 0-1.
Here's the old saying, let the ball come to you, don't go after the ball. And changeup, especially a good changeup pitcher, will fool him badly when you try to go get a pitch instead of waiting. Miley's not really that overpowering that you have to really try to go after a ball. You can wait back, may hit a few balls to right field. Fegley's allowed and has the power to do that.
0-1 pitch, right field, and that's a base hit. Laurie's going to make the turn at second. He's going to hustle for third. And the A's have first and third with 2 outs. Trying to get on the board against Wade Miley.
Well, it wasn't hard, but it was perfect. Fastball in, fought it off, and power. The strength of Fegley lofted it into right field with the right fielder still getting to it quickly. And with 2 outs, Brett Laurie could see where the ball was going to land and think about going to third. And he makes it easily.
So here's Canna. And Canna toward right field, and that's a base hit. And Laurie comes in to score. So the A's are on the board. It's 3-1.
And you know, Cap, as it turns out, Brett Laurie going first to third was important because the ball was hit pretty hard by Canna. Nice approach going to the opposite field. But the arm of Castillo, no chance to get involved because of Brett Laurie hustling to third. He could walk home. But the great approach again by the Athletics. Up the middle for Brett Laurie with 2 strikes to right field by Fegley. Right field again by Canna. And that is a great approach for the A's to score with a couple of outs.
So Canna gets his 21st RBI. So Canna's done a nice job going the other way, even though he's really a big power hitter, but he does have the ability to drive the ball to right field.
When he started spring training, lost a little bit of it at the beginning of the season when he was swinging hard trying to pull everything, and back to that approach going to the opposite field, which is perfect for him.
Sogard just got a piece of it. 1-1 the count. So 3 hits in the inning and a run so far for the A's. Sogard grounded out to second his first at bat. Strike in the inside corner with a fastball. So Fegley at second, Canna at first with a run in. Fastball up and away. Outfield very shallow. They want to have a shot to see if they could throw out Fegley on a base hit to the outfield.
And there is nobody close to him at second. He could get another 10 feet off second.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Sogard's called out. A's get a run on 3 hits. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It'll be the top of the order for the Red Sox. They lead 3-1.
ball just checked up a little bit. Pedroia able to score from first. That's one error. Here's a sac fly. Another run's going to score. And there's another error as the ball scooted past Fegley. And there's the other error with Brett Lawrie trying to throw out bets on the bunt. Ball got past him. Run scored. And Mark Canha, though, helps the A's get on the board. Hits by Lawrie and Fegley. And Lawrie scores on the base hit by Mark Canha. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT, mobilizing your world. Shut down. Got to get it.
So Pedroia to lead it off.
Part of the batting order, you want to shut it down because get on the board against Miley. Coincidentally, that inning struck out a couple and one ground ball, so he did elevate some for the balls to be hit in the outfield.
Pedroia is 2 for 2. And he has owned Kazmir in his career. 2 for 2 today. 21 for 42 in his career. That's as good as you're going to get. I mean, that's ridiculous.
What kind of the outs were with the 21? Well, Scott Kazmir has the wins and losses most in both categories against this club, so he's pitched against them a lot.
.30 is in first, right? 9-8 in his career against the Red Sox in 28 starts.
I was thinking about that. You look at how many players had actually faced him. Sure, he's faced the Red Sox a lot, but how much as far as the players, a little bit different.
3-1 is a strike.
Well, good changeup and just missed it. Fortunately, it was called a strike. A lot of times umpires won't do that. They won't give you the strike call.
Payoff pitch to Pedroia. Here it is. And he out in front of a changeup. Seven hits for the Red Sox, 4 hits for the A's. Brock Holt to follow, and then Hanley Ramirez. And that one's driven toward right center. Reddick hustling over. Reddick dives, can't get it. Bounces up against the wall. Pedroia will stop at second with a double. So the ownage continues for Dustin Pedroia on Scott Kazmir.
Was it me, or did it look like Scott or Josh Reddick lost sight of the ball initially?
Maybe a little bit.
Because it looked like he got a late jump on a ball that was in the gap, took a good angle. See if we can see something here. I think right there, I think he just lost it momentarily because as he was going after it, he ended up having to headlong dive. Good job of Burns backing up, but it just looked like initially as he took off, he saw it and then lost it, and then tried to pick it up again, and that's why he went into the dive. And I guess because it's Pedroia, he was able to get the hit in.
Of course.
Try to hold him close, expecting Brock Holt to pull the ball. Remember last at bat, he hit the ball sharply just to the right of Semien. And so he's not really thinking about pulling the ball against this lefty.
Holt a double, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Lawrie thinks he's going to bunt. Lawrie coming in on the grass. He's not punting, and the pitch is a strike. Canha even with the bag. Lawrie in on the grass, just one step. That one rolled right side off the glove of Sogard. It rolls into shallow right field. Pedroia will come in to score, and it's 4-1 Boston. Sogard dove for it. He got a pretty good glove on it, and the problem is that it slowed it up. Reddick came charging in, but there was no chance to get Pedroia.
And Holt got an off-speed pitch to be able to pull, and looked like a dive by Sogard. See where the glove is. He reached out. The ball really came back a little bit to him, but it had already deflected off his glove, allowing Pedroia to score easily.
So a double and a single, and the Red Sox get that run right back. So no shutdown inning for Scott Kazmir, bottom of the 5th. And Ramirez rolls at 5. Ramirez has struck out and hit a sacrifice fly, picking up his 29th RBI of the year. So action now in the A's bullpen. Rodriguez gets up. Mike Napoli to follow. Ramirez takes a strike on the outside corner. Hanley Ramirez is one of those guys who takes his time in the batter's box. I don't think Hanley Ramirez is going to change for anybody.
He probably doesn't care about it if he gets fined every day.
Not care. He's outside of the box, and he does that every time. Stretch it out.
And you know, at one time, Major League Baseball, they used to have the uniform police, you know, where they would check the uniform, make sure you were dressed just right. Otherwise, you'd get notification, get fined. And I guess now they have the delay of game police.
Well, they're not watching Hanley Ramirez very close.
Well, he may be getting those letters and just discarding them.
Throwing them away. He strikes out on a changeup.
Yeah, just floated away, and he waited and waited a long time and still didn't wait long enough as the ball was clearly outside.
He'll get there.
Now this, unfortunately, at Fenway with the dugouts where they are, it's a long walk.
That is a long walk. By far the longest walk from home plate to dugout in baseball. Runner goes. And Fegley not able to get a throw off, and Holt has a stolen base.
Well, the thing that Kazmir does, he'll kind of give that head fake to first base as if he's going to throw over, and looks at him. And typically when he's going to the plate, lefties will look the runner at first and then throw to the plate. And if they're going to throw to first, they'll look at home. I mean, and there's your classic example where he was looking right at the runner as he took off and then through to the plate.
2-0 now to Napoli.
What's that? So he's going to watch him. He's going to take off, and as he lifted the leg, by looking at him, he was going to go anyway in the first move. And Fegley, even had he caught the ball or at least made the transfer, he wouldn't have thrown him out.
So 2-0. Be careful here. Napoli will be ready to swing and takes inside. 3-0. Kazmir thought it was a strike. Bogarts to follow. Still only one out here in the 5th and a run in. Napoli is struck out and hit a fly ball to right field so far tonight. And takes that one in there for strike. 3-1. Napoli had a very slow start to the season, but he has gotten better lately.
Runner at second, a lot of signs and a lot of shakeoffs.
pitch is a fastball, a little up in the zone. Napoli takes that big rip, fouls it back. So the count will be full. Holt, the runner at second. A Pedroia double, a Holt single. He's got the Red Sox a run here in the fifth. Payoff delivery is a changeup. Kazmir stops, throws low. Canna digs it out on a very nice play. So Holt goes to third.
Fortunately, the ball, it looked like it bounced far enough out in front of Canna to be able to make the play, because Kazmir threw it directly into the ground, right straight down, and really that's a pretty good hop. Far enough out in front of Canna, could handle it easily, but not exactly what was intended by Kazmir. Yeah, we kidding. But kept the ball down low.
That's right. Good call.
Did my job, kept it down low, got a ground ball. Was a good changeup, 3-2 for the powerful hitting Napoli.
Here's Bogaerts, who takes a fastball a little outside. Bogaerts a fly ball to right field and a double. Nice article on this young man in the Boston Globe today about how far he has come. He's still a very, very young player. About his defensive improvement.
Still a young man.
Yeah.
Got the championship in 13.
So had a good swing on 2-0.
Actually, I thought the best part about it when they signed Stephen Drew and moved him to third, because Middlebrooks now is San Diego?
Yeah.
And Middlebrooks came up, did a great job, and they moved him to third, and didn't work out there. Put him back at his natural position, and it has worked well.
Liner foul. He broke his bat. It was fouled by a couple of feet. So he'll get a new bat, chalk it up a little bit. But Bogaerts just 22 years old.
Well, this came close to being extra bases, and no chance for Laurie. Somebody gets a souvenir. They hand the ball in and did not offer them pizza.
That's a shame.
It's not a good trade.
So Kazmir kicks, and the pitch is way outside. So now full count. So 76 pitches for Kazmir. He's had just one 3-up, 3-down inning, and he missed outside, and that's a walk. That 3-up, 3-down inning was the second.
Might be it. I remember coming out with bets due up, and that brisk walk by the skipper, and there's the point.
So Scott Kazmir really spent a lot of time in the stretch tonight, and he leaves throwing 77 pitches. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
presented by Sungevity. Saturday, June the 20th, against the Angels, be one of 15,000 fans to walk away with the dome of the Athletics Ace pitcher, where the ball really lights up from solar panels built into the dome. Get your tickets now by calling 877-493-BALL or visiting athletics.com/tickets. See the fireworks on Friday night, the 19th. And we congratulate the Warriors for winning last night, so maybe they won't play Game 7 on the 19th.
Never know. Let's hope not.
If they do, it would be a crowded Coliseum area, but congratulations to the Warriors for Game 1 winning last night. There are the numbers for Scott Kazmir, responsible for both runners. There's Fernando Rodriguez, 3 earned runs, 1 walk. That last one, the Bogarts, as Fernando comes in, he last pitched in Detroit in a game in which some loud balls hit off him Wednesday night, as the A's had the comfortable lead late.
First pitch breaking ball to Mookie Betts is called a strike. Betts has hit a fly ball to center, and he has singled. So 9 hits so far for the Red Sox. Fastball runs high, 1-1. Holt is at third. Bogarts is at first. More action now for the A's. Eric O'Flaherty gets up. Blocked nicely by Fegley.
Very good to see Fernando Rodriguez throwing a curveball. Nice block on the curveball. Fegley going down to his knees and blocking the ball nicely. And I said the curveball because when Rodriguez came in a couple of nights ago in Detroit, Otero yesterday afternoon, they came in with big leads. They stayed with the fastball, and they both got hit hard. And the one thing Bob Melvin, Kurt Young trying to convince the relievers, when there's a big lead, think of it as being a game in which is tied or you're behind. And remember that if you're a reliever, you're not going to pitch very much. And the ERA is going to really rise if you do give up some runs in an inning, as Otero did yesterday. Four runs in 2/3 of an inning yesterday, 1/3 of an inning actually in the 9th inning. And that inflates your ERA as a reliever because you're not in there like a starter pitching a lot of innings to get the ERA down.
2-2 in the dirt. Betts chased it, and Side is retired. A run on 2 hits. So after 5 from Fenway, it's the Red Sox 4 and the A's 1. A's starting pitchers the last 12 games, an 8-2 record with an ERA of 1.36, 55 strikeouts and 17 walks. Opponents are hitting under 200, and of course Sonny Gray is a big reason for that, but really all of them have pitched well. And that is why the A's are winning lately. Billy Burns to lead it off, checks his swing. Thought Carney Lansford made an interesting point and a good point in the pregame show about setting some short-term goals for the A's from a win-loss standpoint. I know it's hard to do for players because maybe they don't look at the standings as much as we do, but if you could get to the 500 mark by All-Star break, I think you have accomplished something. Right now the A's are 10 games under 500, so they've dug a pretty deep hole. But
if you get to the 500 at the All-Star break, you're actually starting a new season.
Exactly. And listen, you let's say you get to 7 games out. Well, if you're 7 out at All-Star break, you got a shot.
Sure. But the second half, there's a lot of things happen. First half, second half, you got that 4-day All-Star break, and it's amazing. They talk about turning a calendar, but there is a first half, which is considered pre-All-Star break and post-All-Star break. And the young pitchers, Graveman included, going to continue to improve. Saw Jesse Hahn yesterday, Graveman in Detroit. Graveman gets the Sunday game. And big Billy Butler, he's going to get better. He's going to start swinging the bat like we saw him with Kansas City for so many years.
2-2 pitch is popped up right over our head, and then it bounces all the way back down. So the count remains 2-2 to Butler, who had a base hit in the 4th inning. That extended his hitting streak to 10 games. Check swing, and now it's 3-2. During that 10-game stretch, he's now 16 for 41.
It's amazing how they're starting to talk about hits on first pitches. He's got a few of them. Right now, just trying to start something for the Athletics in the 6th, down by 3.
And a good slider on 3-2, and Burns strikes out. Strikeout number 5 for Miley.
A pitch that he never expected to see, and out of the strike zone. And I think the teams know that Billy Burns is aggressive. Does not walk a lot, and there's a great example there because did throw a pitch that was clearly out of the strike zone, but got him to chase.
A little flare to right field. Castillo coming in, he can't get it. He dives, is able to get a glove on it, and Simeon has a base hit.
And that's called breaking back on the swing of the bat, and that's what he did. He broke back just enough that he was not able to recover quickly enough to get to the ball. Simeon going well to the opposite field. This is a big right field, very, very deep, probably the largest. See the slight break back, and whenever it came in, he was lucky to get a glove on it to keep it going past him. Said second base is easier. Didn't have to break back on a ball.
It's a big outfield in right field here.
Well, we always talk about you have to have 2 center fielders playing center field and right field, and Victorino is a very good right fielder. He's not able to play right now.
So if you think about, you need 2 center fielders out there, and then in left field, you don't need to have anybody who's necessarily a Gold Glove outfielder, but you need to have somebody who knows how to play the monster.
Right. Wow.
Right? I mean, it's a different deal in this ballpark.
Well, I think of 2 left fielders, Carl Yastrzemski and Jim Rice, who played it perfectly, and Dwight Evans, who played right field as well as anybody I've ever seen.
Outside corner strike to Zobrist, 1-1 the count. Zobrist has grounded out twice to third. Pitch number 70 coming up. There's some of the great numbers in Red Sox history. Carl Yastrzemski, number 8. Carlton Fisk, number 27. Zobrist takes a pitch in the dirt, so 2-1 the count.
Let's see, Carlton Fisk, 27, retired here, and 72 retired in Chicago.
Right.
Of course, he wore 72 when he went there.
Good ratio for Miley. Zobrist got a fastball fouled at that. Yankees still leading the Angels. It's 5-0 going to the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. And the Blue Jays still leading the Astros 5-0. That game in the bottom of the 6th in Toronto. Zobrist again fouls it straight back. Rangers leading the Royals 1-0 end of the 2nd inning. That game in Kansas City. So that's the opener of a 3-game series. Rangers have won 12 of their last 15, so they're playing good baseball. 3-2 pitch inside. He walked him.
Now Country Breakfast getting the one up over the Sports Authority sign in left field and got a new ball game. And that's one of the things when you pitch here and you put a runner on via walk, as Zobrist just had a huge at bat. Then you have Billy Butler coming up. Short porch is very inviting, but you can't think about it as an opposing hitter, in this case the A's, because you're pitched accordingly, and it's usually not conducive to pull a pitch into the seats.
Butler hits it right back up the middle. Pedroia has it near the bag at second. Bogarts one on to first. Napoli grabs it, and that's a double play. Ball was hit right back up the middle, but a nice play by Pedroia. And the Red Sox get the double play, and the A's do not score. Brought to you by Prism. Now your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls from Prism. Learn how at prism.com. Beautiful look at Boston, as the Red Sox leading the A's 4-1, bottom of the 6th inning. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts as Eric O'Flaherty comes in, the left-hander. So O'Flaherty back from the disabled list, pitching in his 9th game. So he'll check in with Fegley. And he'll face Swihart, Diaza, and Castillo here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, the A's, and we've talked about the starters doing so well. Kazmir out after 4 2/3, and Melvin trying to go to the bullpen and hope that the bullpen, which has had some problems but is starting to get back now to the full strength that we've seen expected in the past, and maybe try to hold the Red Sox down until they can come back.
That's a fair ball, and the long throw by Laurie, nicely done, and they get Swihart at first. Very nice play by Brett Laurie.
And really, he had no chance to actually stop and throw the ball, so he had to field it on the run, past the bag, in foul territory, and a nice stretch by Mark Canha, who is getting better at first base. Just think, if you stopped and tried to throw using the arm strength, there's no chance to do it. So he made the right play and got the job done.
One away for Alejandro Diaza. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and it's called a strike. O'Flaherty was brought back off the disabled list on Tuesday. So this is his first appearance since coming back. Roaring in at third. Swing. There's good slider from O'Flaherty, and it's 0-2.
Flaherty, very important member of this bullpen, and as Bob Melvin said, he needs his lefties to get some righties out and pitch some innings if necessary. And so to have 3 lefties in the bullpen, everything now does not have to be concentrated on Fernando Abad.
And on the inside corner, good pitch by O'Flaherty. He gets the strikeout, 2 outs.
Slider away, fastball inside corner. Nice little setup. Fegley inside, and he could hear the home plate umpire make the call. That's why he came up so quickly before we even knew that it was strike 3. Perfectly thrown inside corner.
So 2 away. Here's the Castillo. Single and a run scored and a strikeout for Castillo. Castillo, this is just the 13th game that he has played in. Spending the first part of the year in the minor leagues. 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. But you don't spend $72 million to have your guy in the minor leagues for a real long time. I mean, the Red Sox are figuring on this guy to be a regular in their lineup for a long time.
And not at age 27.
Nope,
19,
right.
20 is different, but not at 27. Playing on the Cuban national team, so to get that kind of money, they expect him to be almost immediate to the big leagues. And a little time in the minor leagues, get feet wet, and then right back here. And the Red Sox, with all the moves they made in the offseason, they did not make them to just try to be competitive in the division. They made the moves to win.
Right side Canna, way far off the bag, and O'Flaherty could not get there, and Castillo's going to have a base hit. Castillo's very fast, and again, Canna probably went a little bit too far to his right.
Look at Sogard, look at Canna, and the way the ball is hit. Look at Sogard was right there, and so once that happened, and you know, it's good that Canna didn't throw the ball because Fegley wasn't backing up. Fegley stayed at home plate, and so if the throw is made and it gets past, that could have been another error.
Yep.
And so sometimes better to put it in the pocket, and then even better next time, find out where your second baseman is and try not to range as far.
Probably seen that a little bit too much this year.
Well, you're looking at inexperienced first baseman, and that happens. And even Brett Laurie at third, he's more of an experienced third baseman, but he's ranged far to his left at times and had a ball deflect off his glove instead of letting Simeon or the shortstop field it.
Up the middle, but right to Sogard, right near the bag, and he steps on the bag. Pedroia is retired, and so are the Red Sox. 7th inning coming up. Red Sox 4, A's 1. Is brought to you by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Red Sox 4, A's 1. We've reached the 7th inning. Wade Miley back to work. Pat Venditti is warming up, and we may see him. And that would be a lot of fun. Hold on, I got to check to see if there's any switch hitters coming up. No, there's not.
So you have left, right, right. So we're going to see a left, a right, and a right. So he's warming. He has to warm up both ways, and when he takes his 8 warm-up tosses, he does throw 4 from the left, 4 from the right. And I always like to watch the umpire as he's counting them, and he sees him switch hands. And what is he doing?
So an exciting, possible exciting moment for Pat Venditti, who's got family here for his major league debut.
Yeah. But it looks like Bob Melvin is not going to disappoint the family and the friends of Pat Venditti, who
Bob's a nice guy. Yeah. Work to do though for the A's, as Miley has done a good job. Although Miley was very tough through the first 4 innings. A's had just 1 hit off him, but they had 3 hits in the 5th and a couple of more base runners in the 6th. And that one hit high and deep to left field, and that baby's gone. And Laurie has homered. It's 4-2. That one got out in a hurry.
we believe that's a Warriors shirt, isn't it? But he'll take it at the Green Monster. 2007 NBA playoffs. That shirt worn by that fan, an A's fan at the Green Monster, and you can definitely see him. The bright gold jersey, and there he is, right there. It's going right over his head. And a nice swing by Brett Laurie, who hit 2 at the Coliseum against the Yankees and a big one here against the Red Sox. Unfortunately, just a solo. But a nice swing, got the 3-2, and something that every player, when he plays the Red Sox here at Fenway, they always think about the Green Monster. Can you get one over it? And Brett Laurie did.
So his 5th home run of the year. Boy, he's been a hot hitter lately. Fegley hooks one down the left field line, foul. Fegley a strikeout and a single. Again, rolled foul. This was right past Mike Gallego. So Fegley behind in the count, 0-2, 83 pitches for Miley. The most he has thrown in an inning was 20. That was in the 5th. Check swing, roll foul.
The last inning hurt because the A's had 2 runners on and 1 out, and unfortunately got the double play, and that would have been the 15th ground ball out for Miley with that double play last inning.
Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Fegley disagrees with Clint Fagan.
Really can't blame him. That ball looked like it was off the plate, almost like a purpose pitch thrown by Miley. Threw the purpose pitch and got the strikeout. And Swihart moves inside.
Could have been a little low.
Yeah.
So 2 away here in the 7th, and here's Cannon. Just a little bit lower.
Same pitch.
Yeah, that was the same.
Same
I
exact
think
pitch.
Miley's probably saying the same thing.
That's right. I mean, that's inconsistency right there. If you see, though, how Red Sox pitchers, you think with a short Green Monster left field, why would you pitch inside? Well, that's why they pitch inside, because Fegley pulled 2 foul, and then he's called out on a pitch inside. First 2 pitches to Canna inside. It's like the Red Sox hitters reach out and pull balls down the left field line.
But so I mean, listen, if you're going to pitch inside, you got to be careful, and if you're going to miss, you got to miss off the plate inside. But that's no different. You do that in any ballpark.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to try to pitch in and have it leak out over the middle of the plate. And Stephen Vogt, who ran out to the outfield, to the bullpen, now running back. We saw him do that in Houston, and he doesn't need the exercise.
No, he's probably not that thrilled about that run. It's about 200 yards. Fastball up and away. Canna had an RBI single in the 5th. Hit a line drive to right field that brought Laurie home. To roll to short. Bogart scoops it, flips to first, side retired. A run for the A's on Brett Laurie's 5th home run of the year. So 7th inning stretch from Fenway Park. It's the Red Sox 4 and the A's 2.
Is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
All right, Pat Venditti, it's one of the more anticipated Major League debuts. The switch pitcher. This is kind of fun.
Well, you can see the glove. It's actually 2 webbings, 2 thumbs. And Kurt Young said it best. He's here to get outs. He's not here to have people wonder how he's going to be able to do all these things. But right now it's a left-handed hitter, so we anticipate when Ramirez comes up, he'll switch around and throw right-handed. Right now, left-handed to Holt.
First pitch is a strike on the inside corner. And Ray, we saw him in spring training, and he had a little bit of an up and down spring.
Right. He got a chance to pitch a lot. Yeah.
And went to the minor leagues and really pitched well for AAA.
Yes, he did.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Good numbers in Nashville. 1-0 with a 1.36 ERA, a strikeout per inning. He's not going to throw very hard, but he's just got enough deception and a chance to be successful. Pat Venditti.
Well, the deception is a key, and of course being able to switch around and throw off the right side, but he knows Greg Harris was the last, the Expos in 1995, and basically he has a glove that has 2 thumbs and really 2 webbings.
And that one off the foot of Holt.
But you know, let's remember he's 29 and this is his major league debut, so it's not like he's a rookie. Well, he's a rookie in a sense of Major League Baseball, but he has been around baseball for a long time and given the opportunity during spring training with the A's. And I think Bob Melvin and Kurt Young were impressed with him in spring training.
See, they want the baseball. That's the the initial baseball that he was using, and it was a foul ball, and they were going to throw it out, but they wanted to keep it. So actually, Brett Lawrie was the one who was calling for it.
That's a good idea.
So 2-2 the count to Holt with Hanley Ramirez waiting in the on-deck circle. Not a frisbee slider, but it's a slow slider. Be tough to stay back on. Holt has had a couple of hits. Rolls that one to first. Scooped up by Cannon. Cannon will take it himself. 1 out. Time to flip the glove.
He's already flipped it.
He already flipped it. He does it well.
Knows who's coming up.
Born in Omaha, went to school right there in Omaha at Creighton University. With the Yankees for quite a while. So his heart's probably pumping just a little bit.
Threw out the next baseball. That's his first out in the big leagues. I mean, you see young kids come up, young kids being 21, 22, make their major league debut. But, man, you fight as you have to your 29. And I think we have some interested people right there in the front row.
There's a group here somewhere.
Yeah, they're here. But those are just A's fans. And oh, now he threw out from the right side. Ramirez can't understand what's going on. He said, wait a minute. He was pitching left-handed, and now he's pitching right-handed. So he's throwing all kinds of baseballs. I hope the MLB authenticator is getting all of them correct.
So here it is. The 0-1 pitch to Ramirez. Hit into left field, a base hit. Well, like maybe hit it off the end of the bat a little bit. So 1 out hit. So the Vendetti rule for ambidextrous pitchers. The pitcher must visually indicate to the umpire, batter, and runner which way he will begin pitching to the batter, engaging the rubber with the glove on the particular hand, which will be the deciding factor. The batter then can choose which side of the plate he will bat from. The pitcher then has to pitch with that hand for the entire at-bat. Any switch must be clearly indicated to the umpire. No warm-up pitches during a change. Could be a double play. Sogard, Simeon, and it is. So nice job by Pat Venditti, our switch pitcher. He gets a double play to end it. Nice job, young man. 4-2, Red Sox lead. For every game, post-game and on Sportsnet Central, all the way through the playoffs. Game 2 coverage begins at 4 p.m. on Sunday. So that will be Game 2. All the coverage right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Check it out. Warriors with a 1-0 lead after beating the Cavs in overtime last night. So a couple days off before Game 2. And then to Cleveland for Games 3 and 4. And that hits Sogard in the hand. So Miley's second pitch to Sogard hits him.
Miley's saying it hit the bat. course, he is going to say that. And now Walt Horn and Bob Melvin are going to check it. Well, it sounded like it hit his hand.
And when it's down at that spot, I mean, it probably hits the hand first and then a little bit of the bat. As long as it hits the hand, it's a hit by pitch. Well, they're going to check it. I'm not really sure. Not sure how you could get a clear view of this, but they will check it out.
You know, he removes his right hand and then shakes his left hand. So it looked like it. Maybe he got his right hand out of the way and then hit his left hand.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah. Now the hand, if you see it again, his right hand comes off the bat, and then he's shaking his left hand. Not taking long. Giving him first base.
So the right hand is the bottom hand, and that's where you would think it would hit.
Well, see, he's going to move the right hand out of the way. Comes off the bat.
That's a great look. Great look by our guys down in the truck. And it may have just hit him, but it didn't hit him by a lot. That was.
It got his back hand, his left hand, because it looked like he got his right hand out of the way. He's shaking his left hand.
He's shaking his left hand.
So that would have been the hand on the bat. So take it.
So 0-1 to Burns. So Sogard is aboard. But I just don't think I don't think a hitter's going to react like that if it didn't hit him.
No, you can't.
I just don't know that you can act that quickly.
No. You got to be around quite a while. I think Derek Jeter might have done it one time. That's after about 18 years in the big leagues. But no, that's you feel it. You're going to move your hand around.
1-1 pitch to Burns inside, 2-1. So the A's get the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 8th inning. Miley now at 95 pitches. Burns hits a high pop-up. It's going to be playable. Holt, the third baseman, is in foul territory, and he grabs it. So Burns now 1 for 4. And that's going to do it for Miley. John Farrell wants the bullpen. So Miley 96 pitches, 7 1/3, and he was very good tonight. He's going to get a standing ovation from this Fenway crowd. So Miley steps aside when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
After the A's take on the Angels, 6:35 p.m. Fans can watch the postgame fireworks show from the outfield grass, but as always, on-field capacity is limited. Get your tickets right now at athletics.com/fireworks. June 19th is the second of 6 for this season. So Tazawa on the pitch for the Red Sox, and Stephen Vogt came in from right field for a reason. And that is to pinch hit with the runner at first. That is the tying runner, Stephen Vogt, coming to the plate. So he's going to pinch hit against Zawa, who pitched 3 times there, a couple times against the Athletics. In the 3-game series, the game he did not pitch was the one that Masterson and Wright pitched in that game. So Tazawa is, we know, a pretty good fastball with a split finger fastball to finish it off. Stephen Vogt knows all of that and trying to do some damage against this right hand.
Hitting for Simeon. Tazawa's first pitch swings over top that splitter. Tazawa is 28 years old. Good start for Miley. Second good start against the A's this year. Tazawa will celebrate his 29th birthday tomorrow. He's been a good reliever for the Red Sox, his 4th full year in the Boston bullpen. Sogard to runner at first, 1 out. And Vogt chases that pitch again. Sometimes a hitter, whether it's a good hitter or an average hitter or a bad hitter, maybe they just don't see a pitch very well.
But especially a splitter, you see the grip and the splitter. It's when you see it low, what'd you say?
Let it go. If it's high, let it fly.
If you see it high, that means it's a hanger, whatever it might be up in that zone, especially the split finger.
It's one of those hard things that hard to explain about baseball, where some certain pitchers, a hitter just won't see the pitch very well. The next guy in the lineup may see it fine. So 2-2 the count.
Stephen Vogt's got to be thinking about the split finger fastball. He might have been swinging, trying to hit a 2-run home run. Maybe a different approach now with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a fastball up and away at 94 miles an hour. So 2 outs here in the 8th.
He did go fastball, and a pitch that Stephen Vogt probably would like to have back and think about opposite field. And the hesitation in the swing almost indicated he was thinking splitter. Instead, got the fastball up and away, maybe even out of the strike zone.
So 2 away for Zobrist. Infield shifts over. Holt coming over in front of the A's dugout, and it's into the seats. Zobrist is 0 for 2. He walked in the 6th inning, has grounded out a couple times. Scribner starts to throw out in the A's bullpen. Both the bullpens out in right field. The 2 infielders on the left side of the infield have slid to their left. And on the outside corner, strike.
He's got about a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So you think about the split so much, and then he sticks the fastball as he did to Vogt for the strikeout, and now a pretty good pitch on the outside corner to Zobrist. Then hit the changeup against Nesbitt, the grand slam. He has hit 2 home runs. Both have been pulled, one to right center opening night, down the right field line on Tuesday night.
Sogard got a huge jump. The ball's tapped toward the left side. It's going to be Holt, the third baseman, who gets there in front of Bogaerts and then throws to first. Just gets Zobrist side retired. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Red Sox lead the A's 4-2. Sumner is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 2-6-3 for the A's, 4-11-0 for the Red Sox. Casimir knocked out in the 5th. He just was not real sharp. Laurie with a home run, solo shot. Wade Miley for the 2nd time this year, very good against the A's. Dustin Pedroia has had a big night. 3 hits, and he has scored a couple of runs. So bottom of the 8th inning from Fenway Park. Finishing up Sweet Caroline, which the whole stadium sings in between the top of the 8th and the bottom of the 8th. Every home game here at Fenway. So Andy Perino stays in the game, or doesn't stay in the game, comes in the game. Simeon was pinch hit for it. And Pat Venditti back out there for his 2nd inning of work. He gave up a hit in the 7th, but then got a double play. Facing Xander Bogaerts, sweeping slider, and it's 0-2. Mookie Betts to follow, and then a switch hitter, Blake Swihart.
So that means Venditti will have to
declare
before the hitter comes up. And actually, let's see what Swihart does, whether he comes up with a double ear flap.
That's true.
Flap on his right, flap on his left. Or he'll bring both helmets up. How's that? And usually, and again, we go with he's expected to bat right-handed, so that means Venditti can declare right-handed. If that's the case, he could switch it too. But they usually go with the splits. They know what, in the case of a switch hitter, what he does against righties, what he does against lefties, and that's what Venditti will do. Will declare whichever the splits are better for the pitcher.
Okay, well, here you go, Ray. Swihart's hitting .217 right-handed, .218 left-handed.
So maybe that's why Venditti said, "You decide what you're going to do. I don't care." Now he's
so a difficult decision for Venditti and the manager Bob Melvin.
I would let him bat right-handed. Although tonight, as he gets double play, he's faced. Well, he must be expecting to bat right-handed. He's got the left ear flap.
But what if Venditti says, "I'm going to throw right-handed"?
Take the other helmet off.
So 2-2 to Xander Bogaerts. And he chased the ball.
Pat, the thing that amazes me, and looking at Venditti, it's kind of a coolish night. It's not one of those humid, possible summer Fenway Park nights, but when you warm up, you can take 4 left, 4 right when you're warming up. Then you get in the game, and now he's facing the right-hander, throwing right-handed. And if he has to switch to throw left-handed, he can't take warm-up tosses in between, as the rules indicate. I sometimes have to wonder how he can keep both arms equally
warm.
Yeah, and especially with that long-sleeve sweatshirt on.
Hit hard right to the shortstop, Perino. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hey, we got in-depth sports news for the Bay Area fan. Know it all with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai. And it's tonight at 10:30 on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. We'll have all the clubhouse reaction and highlights from this game. The latest on Kyrie Irving's injury from the Cavs. And the Warriors look ahead to Game 2 on Sunday. Emmett Freed and Dave Feldman will host. So 1 out, here's Mookie Betts. First pitch is outside, 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Betts is hit a fly ball to center field. He has singled, and he has struck out. A little slider from Vendetti, first strike.
Swihart swinging both ways down on deck, sir.
It's a big moment. We've been waiting for the Vendetti versus a switch hitter since spring training. I mean, come on.
And it's just a say he swings both ways.
Does he take 4 swings each way? Well, all right. Reddick has it. All right, here's the declaration by the pitcher.
Which helmet does he have?
He's waiting.
He said he's going to throw left-handed.
He said he just gave a little. I'm going to throw left-handed.
No, he
changed.
Now he's going to go back get the other helmet.
He changed his. He initially said, I'm going to throw left-handed, and then he said, whoa, timeout, my bad, I'm going to throw right-handed. Uh-oh, they may not let him change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
he said, my mistake, I want to throw right-handed. So now they're...
Brought the other helmet up for Swihart.
So he explained it to Clint Fagan, and Fagan said, okay, we got it straight. So he's going to throw right-handed. He makes the declaration, and then the hitter does whatever he wants to do.
He got the new helmet to bat left-handed because he went up to bat right-handed.
So 1-0 to Swihart. Slider catches the outside corner.
I mean, this is as confusing for a hitter as it is for everybody else.
Well, we've tried to stay on top of it, but Vendetti initially saying left-handed.
Right.
Well, that really made it confusing.
Well, you'd think he'd want to go against the Green Monster.
Off speed, and Swihart swings and misses.
Good changeup. We have not seen this pitch, and I think the funny thing, just looking at his glove, if you're a hitter and you look out and you see this glove, you go, what is that? I mean, because it's got 2 thumbs.
2 thumbs and a swinging strikeout. So Pat Vendetti gets his first big league strikeout. So a very nice 2 innings by Pat Vendetti. 4-2 as we go to the 9th.
retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
The Kansas City Athletics host the Kansas City Royals as we turn back the clock to 1965, Saturday, June the 27th. The then KC A's club featured Bert Campaneris and John Blue Moon Odom, who will both throw out the game's ceremonial first pitches. 20,000 fans will receive a Charlie O throwback T-shirt presented by Ross, which depicts the iconic A's mule mascot from the 1960s and 70s. Hey, how about a guy in a green monster with a rally cap on amongst the Red Sox faithful?
Yep. So 4-2, and Koji Uehara, the Red Sox closer, comes in, and a first pitch strike to Billy Butler. So Uehara is having another nice season for the Red Sox. He was re-signed in the offseason to a 2-year, $18 million deal. 11 saves, 13 opportunities. And that's his pitch right there. It's just a good splitter.
Yep, he's got a good one. And like Tozawa, back-to-back, eighth inning setup to Uehara, the closer, both with the splitter.
And on 3 pitches, Billy Butler strikes out. And how about that, Ray? Is that changing the eyesight or what? A splitter in the dirt and then a fastball up around the letters.
He went elevated, and Swihart set outside. The ball just ran up and towards the middle of the plate.
All right, we got the rally possum. That's generally good luck. But the A's are running out of time. Here's Laurie. He's a hot hitter. He takes a strike. Laurie is 2 for 3 with a single, a homer, couple of runs scored. So Laurie's now behind in the count 0-2. So Uehara pumps 2 fastballs in there for strikes.
And here comes the splitter.
At some point, you're going to see the splitter.
He's probably setting him up, figuring that you think I'm just going to throw fastballs to you.
Very close. And Uehara pitched yesterday, and he took the loss.
Yep, he didn't pitch well.
The Red Sox and the Twins were tied 4-4 going to the 9th inning, and the Red Sox said, all right, let's get our closer in there. He'll get us through the top of the 9th, and we can win in the bottom of the 9th. But he gave up 4 runs. Fair ball, scooped up, and no throw. And the A's are going to get the tying run to the plate. That's the good news. So Laurie has 3 hits.
Talking to Marcus Semien, he made a good point. He said right-handers can get infield hits better than lefties. How about this? They always think about lefties hitting and running out of the box, but a right-hander with the swing, you just saw Brett Laurie hustling down the line, but as soon as he swung, his momentum was going out of the batter's box. A lefty at times will have a bigger swing, take a little bit slower getting out of the box, unless you're Ichiro or Billy Burns, guys like that who just slap the ball and run.
Here's Reddick, who takes a fastball high.
How great would it be for Josh Reddick to return to the team that traded him to the A's and do something special in this at-bat in the 9th inning.
Still gets a nice ovation here in Boston. And we got with a hit and he missed it. And it was that splitter, but it was up a little bit. And Reddick just missed it.
Well, and it's the inner half of the plate, too. It's so hard to hit a ball into the right field bleachers. You have to hopefully go into the bullpen or down the right field corner with a pesky pole.
1-1 pitch is outside.
You think about Fenway Park compared to Yankee Stadium. You figure the Red Sox want right-handed power hitters.
Right.
Yankees want left-handed because equally short porches here and at Yankee Stadium. Boy, it's a road trip to right field here. 380 to the bullpen.
Outside, and now it's 3-1 to Reddick. On deck is Fegley. And the pitch is popped up. Holt coming over, and he makes the catch right in front of the A's dugout, and Reddick wants to take a bite out of the bat right now because I think he got a pitch to hit and he popped it up.
It really looked like he was trying to hit it to left field, maybe go off the wall. There it was, and
just a little sink to it.
Yeah, it sank just a little bit, had the sinking action going away, and just enough foul territory here for it to stay in play.
So here's Fegley, who fouls it straight back. Fegley tonight is 1 for 3, a single and a couple of strikeouts.
And he hit a ball to right center at Comerica Park yesterday for a triple. Great if he could get a hanging splitter and hit a home run.
Outside corner, called the strike, and now it's 0-2.
Floated a splitter to the outside, and ball just came back just enough on the corner. And Fegley didn't like to be called out in his previous at bat on the fastball end. Didn't like that call on the splitter in the outside corner.
0-2 pitch. Hit to left field, and it's hit well, and it's off the top of the wall. And they're going to get Laurie to third, and he'll stop there. Wow. Maybe 5 more feet, and we got a tie game.
And just enough out on the front foot on the splitter that he did not drive it. It was all upper body. And fortunately, he got the second. It was high off the wall and just above the circle of that advertisement, and that close to being a 2-run game tying home run. But now would be up to Mark Canha. Close. Carl Willis is saying, what did I do? I was AAA Cleveland and
hanging out.
He takes over a club. He was just joined the Red Sox when the A's were, or when the Red Sox were in Oakland. So, will Harry, can he hang another one? And let the strong Mark Canha get it a little bit higher up off and into the seats. So as the A's seem to always do, with the tying runners on base. And looking for a big hit, this time with 2 outs. The outfield's going to have to play deep because Canha has that kind of power.
Uhara kicks and deals. First pitch, a strike with a fastball at 88 miles an hour.
Now hitters at times, Cap, will go up against a pitcher who has a splitter and sit on the splitter until they get 2 strikes, and then they can just try whatever approach they have.
Laurie at third, Fegley at second, and a swing and a miss, and there's the splitter. So you saw 88 with the fastball and the splitter at 78, and that one almost acted like a changeup.
Yeah, well, that's what it does. It's just enough, and pitchers will use the splitter as a changeup. Now remember, he singled sharply to right field, second and back. And now he could sit back and wait, knowing the velocity of the fastball, velocity of the splitter, and maybe shoot a ball to right field.
0-2 pitch is hit in the air, left center field. Coming in is Diaza. He's got it, and that's the ball game. So the A's make a run at it in the top of the 9th. And Canha hit a ball hard, but a good jump by Diaza, and it just seemed to kind of hang up there, and the speedy Diaza was able to get to it.
Splitter got the end of the bat towards, and it just could not drop down quickly enough. And remember, this is a very, very short left field, which allows a left fielder to play very shallow, and that's what Diaza did to get to it.
So the A's 4-game winning streak comes to an end here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox hang on and take game 1 of the series. It took 2 hours and 31 minutes. It was